Hey there YouTube, this is Scott, RC Trilogy. And what I have here is I have a fixed Honda EX1000. And what I did was I removed the carburetor because the carburetor was clogged up due to gasoline that had varnished. Took the carburetor apart, cleaned everything that it needs to atomize the fuel, put it all back together. Sometimes I'd put it back on wrong. I'd take it all apart and put it back together correctly, finally. And I changed out the fuel. I had some old fuel in there where most of it had evaporated. And I bought some Chevron 91 octane. Filled the thing about halfway. And we got it running, and there was a lot that I learned about this little generator. Right now, I have both of these end caps removed. And the reason why I removed both end caps is so I can get to the front of the display console. And I was going to take that off so I could remove the gasoline hose and try and replace it with some new stuff. And I decided not to, so I went ahead and left it alone. And I found out that the on-off switch there mainly just turns off the fuel tank. It doesn't really do anything else. This little screw right here adjusts your throttle. Whenever you take your carburetor apart, you clean it and you put it back together, it will never go back the way you had it. So you have to adjust everything. And I had this thing going at very high RPM, and when I checked the voltage, it was about 164 volts. Right here, if you can see it, if I don't get in the light, this right here is a nut that holds on a bolt, which holds this lever. And the engine will control the throttle in case the RPMs drop. So when you plug your load into it, all of a sudden the RPMs drop. So it will automatically adjust to compensate. You'll also see here a little shaft that comes out of the engine. And right behind this bar, there's a little like cotter pin thing that you would, it has a little notch here in the shaft here to let you know which side is up. And this also has to ride, this rides on an internal mechanism for automatic throttle. This is my third time doing this video, so it's been running a few times. We'll put the choke on. That's full choke. That's full open. If this is your first time running this today and the engine's cool, you'd run that in the choke position like this, and then you would slowly bring it to about right here, about halfway, and that will get the RPMs going. And then once it warms up, then you just open it all the way. Yeah, I've also got the back open, and I've got all the screws over there off the side of the house. I'm going to put this thing back together once I get my gasket kit for it and the other part of my air filter. There's a 2-part air filter for this thing. The gasket kit for the carburetor supposedly has about 4 pieces in it. One for the fuel bowl, the 2 for what makes contact to the air filter and the engine, and then there's another one for a set screw that goes somewhere. I just got a real quick glimpse at it, and then we went ahead and purchased it, or I did, at 15 bucks. Okay, it's ready to go. Choked all the way. Gotta love your Hondas. Got the little lever there about halfway. The choke is completely off. I just went to the side of the house and grabbed my work light. I believe that to be a 500 watt load. And right now, the engine RPMs are adjusted for that load only. Since this thing has been removed and cleaned up and reinstalled, it is no longer on factory settings. So I have to keep a small screwdriver with me every time so that I don't over voltage whatever device I've got plugged into it. Thank you for watching.